Hello, welcome to the Defending Depression channel. What? Defending Depression? Man, I need a new writer. Arthur, my guy, do you even have the slightest idea of what we're trying to do here? Man, how are we gonna get any views if this is how we start our videos? Defending depression, who in their right mind wants to defend depression? Well, I'll tell you, exactly 0, which is how many views we're gonna get on this video. Hi, sorry. Welcome to the Highway to Happiness channel, where we talk about all the latest gadgets, gizmos, and garments that we've gotta have in order to make ourselves happy. Yeah, no, that's not right either. We are just batting 1,000. Here, we are going to ditch that facade. We are gonna go deeper. We are gonna talk about what actually keeps us from being happy, and more importantly, what we can do about it. We'll be philosophizing. That's right. We will be analyzing personal philosophies in order to see if and how we are actually the ones standing in our own way, and more importantly, how to remove those roadblocks in order to let more happiness into our lives. So, are you ready to continue our journey? I hope so. Sit down, strap in, buckle up, close the door. Let's make our way a little bit further down the road. Let's learn, let's grow, let's roll. Now, personally, I went through not 1, but 2 bouts with depression. The first time taught me one way to defeat it, and the second time taught me that knowing how wasn't enough. You see, unless you put your knowledge to use, what good is knowing it? Is there a difference between someone that knows how but doesn't put it into action versus someone that simply doesn't know how? Well, let me save you the suspense. There isn't. So go out and do the things that we talk about here. While I appreciate the views, I would love to actually make a positive impact on your life. So, how did I do it? Well, the first time was using creativity, and the second time was using physical activity, both of which I would strongly recommend if you are currently depressed. The first time, I thought back to my childhood when I was in school, and I went back to a earlier passion of mine, which was playing the drums. I played when I was in school, and it was something that I should have pursued but didn't because I just didn't have the confidence in myself. I stopped myself. Again, a lesson learned later in life. And the second time, I learned how to swim. And let me tell you, I was not a swimmer. For more about that, go back to the resolution video to hear more about that. Now, the second time was significantly harder because I had to overcome a much larger mountain of self-doubt. And if you too are depressed, I have a strong feeling that you are also facing a large amount of self-doubt. And it is that self-doubt that we need to begin to learn how to change. Now, you may be wondering why I was depressed in order to compare that to your situation, but that would actually be the wrong way to think about it. The why, believe it or not, actually doesn't matter. What matters is creating a new mindset for you to start thinking about, which is what we're trying to do here. So let's set aside all your concerns for a minute. I know, but this, and I have this, and I can't do that, and yeah, I know. Let's just put it aside, all right? Let's just pretend like they're not there, and I want you to take yourself back to a time in your life when you were optimistic about your future. That may take some effort, but do it. Now, what did you think about? What were you focused on? What was your attitude? I bet it was a little different than what it is now if you're currently depressed. So compare how you thought back then to how you think about your future now. Now again, but I know you didn't have these obstacles back then that you do now. Not the point, okay? I want you to identify the differences. Look for the thoughts that make you feel bad about yourself and start to work on changing them into ideas that you can work through. All right, you want to turn them into lessons waiting to be learned, because that is in fact what they are. And trust me, that's the way you'll see them once you overcome your obstacle. And you can overcome it. You can, I promise. But you got to start to believe it. Now, this part's important too. As you identify these thoughts, I want you to write them down. And right underneath those thoughts, I want you to write the opposite idea. Just pretend like you can overcome it. Write it, do it, and read it back to yourself. All right? It's amazing what happens when you start to write these things down. It's like your mind can let go of them a little bit. You start to create some room up there, some space to breathe, some space to create something new, which is what we want. All right, next step. Set little, tiny, achievable goals for yourself. Daily goals. Don't skip a day. Okay, and take pride in achieving them. Okay, celebrate the little victories. Trust me, it matters. This is how you begin to build a little bit of momentum that will start to carry you to the next goal, to the next goal, and to the next goal. Right? Like, for example, again, something to take your mind off of your current situation. Maybe you want to read. Maybe you want to read a chapter a night or something. Again, you don't have to read a self-improvement book, okay? Read a novel, read whatever you want to write. No, read whatever you want to write. Read whatever you want to read. Read what puts you in a good mood, better mood at least. You want to give your mind a break from what it's currently thinking about. If a chapter is too much, read a page. Make the goal achievable so that you accomplish it every day and you can celebrate that victory every day. Bonus points if you do it in the morning. That way you start your day with a win and you begin to build some momentum to start to feel better throughout the day. All right? And again, find the right amount to read or whatever it is you want to do that works for you, and do your best to stick with it. And if you miss a day, don't beat yourself up that you missed a day. It's okay. Just get back to it. All right? Change your environment. Clean up maybe, organize, rearrange some things. Make changes to your surroundings, okay? You'll be surprised by how much this helps. But changing your environment will actually help you, stay consistent, and it will help you with you wanting to change your mood. Okay, connect with someone. All right, talk to a friend, a non-judgmental one, preferably. Okay, and again, talk to them about anything but your depression or your situation. One of the best things you can do is simply take your mind off of what's going on up there right now. And if you're watching this trying to help someone, take them out, get them out of the house, and talk about anything else, okay? Don't try to talk about their depression. That will just make them shut down, and that's not what you want to do, okay? Again, bonus points if you know what their interests or hobbies are and you talk about that. Next, stop telling yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, okay? No, you won't. You know you won't. You've said it before, and here we are. Okay, you're just waiting, hoping you'll feel up to it tomorrow, and we both know you won't. Okay, you have to start while not feeling up to it. Okay, that's how you begin to feel up to it. You start by doing it. That's the challenge. All right, next one. This one's super important. Start keeping your word. I cannot overstate how important this is. If you can't even hold yourself accountable to keeping your word to yourself, you cannot build anything meaningful from a foundation that lacks integrity. All right, building your mental strength starts here. Until you decide to keep your word, your days will continue to control you instead of you beginning to learn how to control your days. Now, if you begin to do these things, you will start to build a framework that allows you to defeat and not defend your depression. All right. Now, if you would like to dramatically accelerate your ability to make any kind of meaningful change in your life and make it stick, I am here for you. Okay. I didn't learn this stuff from a course or a book. I had to learn it by going through a bunch of personal stuff that I won't bore you with, okay? I would love to be the coach for you that I always wanted but never had, okay? One that not only pushes you to become better, but one that also cares enough to make sure that you overcome your obstacles and follow through on your goals. There's a link down in the description where you can schedule a discovery call at absolutely no cost. So let's just talk and see what happens, okay? No pressure, no judgment, just a little bit of friendly conversation. So once again, don't forget to give YouTube the warm and fuzzies, okay? Make YouTube feel good. Like, comment, subscribe, share, especially if you find this content valuable, okay? The biggest compliment you can pay me is if you share this channel. So once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you at the next bump in the road.